how do you explain the slow start?
I don't know. Yeah, it was probably just. I think the slow start was probably brought on ourselves by the fact that we conceded, some penalties, and that gave them the momentum to get into our 22. Probably didn't have a good enough exit to start the game, and then we're 14 points down under the pump, and that was, for me, I think the penalty count that first period, like 7-1 or something like that, was definitely gave them the momentum to get the start they had and put us under quite a bit of pressure.
Did you get the reaction you wanted from whatever you said at half time?
I thought the second half was a huge improvement, and we spoke about our line speed in terms of coming harder and putting them under pressure, and I thought that definitely improved. The discipline and some soft penalties and entries into our half. And for me, probably the game is, when I look back, is we created a number of chances in that game and just weren't clinical enough to finish them, and the number of entries of both teams into the opposition 22 was about the same, and they've come away winning like they did. So that's a big work on for us. But I took, there's a lot of positives out of that performance. Apart from the scoreboard, I felt in that first half there was a couple of times we could have got over the line, and we've had an intercept of 7 points against us as well. So potentially it could have been a lot closer if it was 20-10 or 20-3 at half time, and we scored 20-10. It's a different game. And even I felt that in the second half, when we were putting Ireland under some pressure, when it was 27-10, if we'd scored then 27-17, it could be an interesting last 20 minutes. But they were a very good side, number one side in the world, and they showed that this afternoon.
Were the problem areas ones that you can work on enough in the time available to you before the next match, do you think?
Oh, I think so. I think that we'll continue to work on that and ask the players to have a look at themselves and be pretty hard, because there was some, definitely some good moments, and we made some nice breaks in that, and I thought we had some really good momentum in their 22 and just didn't come away with those points. So that'll be work-ons for us to do, and then we probably forced one or two passes. We've had an overthrow and a not straight, which doesn't, he's normally pretty good at that. But like I said, the learning comes from, we spoke about the experience from that and taking that forward. And if you look at them, I thought the game management was excellent. They played 2 or 3 phases and sort of that middle period of the park, and if they were able to get force a penalty, they took advantage of that, and they didn't. They went to the aerial, and I thought we were much better in the second half.
In terms of selection now for Scotland, are you more inclined to make changes than maybe you were at the start of the afternoon, or were you thinking of making changes anyway? I
think we've always said that we wanted to look at some players in the squad, and there was an opportunity for those players to go out there and perform this afternoon. Alan Wynne had failed an HIA, so he won't be available for the next game. So that's one that we did. And Tom Francis came off with a very tight calf, so he's going to get scanned on Monday. So yeah, but we will potentially look at what players might get an opportunity for next week.
And Ken, in terms of the captaincy, it must have been a difficult one to enjoy. How did you go through the afternoon, do you think?
Yeah, it was tough. I think we didn't deliver on what we spoke about. They didn't do anything that really surprised us. They played on top of us, and we couldn't, with our discipline, give them entries, and that's where they're very good. And I think, I'm proud of the boys. I think we stuck at it. Boys left everything out on the field. There was plenty of experience out there, and I thought we took some good decisions, some brave decisions, and just lacked a bit of accuracy. You know, myself included, with what Gas said. You know, at line out time, you know, first failed to turn the ball over and put ourselves under pressure, and you know that's the ball game. That's probably the difference between us at the moment and a team like Ireland, who are #1 in the world. They're just accurate, clinical, and get the job done. I think we created enough, lacked that accuracy. But I think from the effort that we asked from the players for 80 minutes, we delivered that. I can't question that at all. And it's that small detail and that little bit of accuracy and discipline that let us down.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a lot of good things about him, and nice footwork and stuff. And but there's moments in the game that he wasn't the only one where, you know, he's made a lovely break and then he's passed inside and we've turned it over straight away. And so he, you know, I think he'll learn from those sorts of things. But he's got some nice touches definitely with his footwork and things and timing and yeah. And I thought Rio Dyer showed a lot of stuff as well, and yeah, things that we'd worked on, and Liam Williams, apart from the yellow card, showed some nice touches too. So yeah, I thought like I said to you, at the end of the game, I kind of like my head went, you know, I'm not that disappointed with our performance. I just think there's this huge amount of upside in us, and in the past we've been able to work hard and fix things, and like I said, that's them at their best today, and if we can, like I said, be a little bit more clinical and start better and focus on our discipline, which is, you know, I think it was about 16 penalties. To me, that's just not good enough. You know, we've got to get that down to under 10 for international rugby. When you come at half time and it's 9-2 or something, you're under the pump. So we'll work on that and focus on that, and again, just some decision making things going forward.
You talk about upside. Obviously, you've only had very minimal time together. Do you expect to see significant improvement the longer that you are together? Yeah,
I think so. I think we'll get. Just, you know, let's keep working hard as a group, and you know, the international rugby and the players, when you've been away for a while, you come back into it and you just realise there's a massive step up from club rugby. So and you know, a lot of our players that have been around have been sort of in that same position that Ireland are at the moment, where you're in an arm wrestle. You don't make too many mistakes. You're clinical. You keep your discipline. You back everything, and we just got to take a few steps to keep improving in that area.
Okay, coming over here.
Lauren, did you feel you were outnumbered at all in some of those close calls? Ian Henderson maybe could have seen yellow at one point, potentially Andrew Porter as well. And what about your own yellow card?
Yeah, I thought that was sort of, you know, I'm not sure there was a need for Andrew Porter to do that, and you know, he's clearly going to be scoring the try, and so I thought the tackle on George North, we tackled off the ball. Potentially, if it was me, that's to me a yellow card, because you're in a good attacking position and you don't have a chance for him to come and clear out a ball. But yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, there's a lot worse. They weren't massive incidents to me. I mean, I'm comfortable with the referee and the TMO making those decisions, because I think there's been times with yellow cards that we've been probably too conservative and they're just given away too freely. And Ian's gone up there. You know, you could argue that he could have potentially got his out of the way, or got his body out of the way, and Porter's just, you know, if I was a coach, I'd be giving him a kick up the backside and saying, just, you know, he's made a great tackle on the line to hold it to Jack Morgan, but you know, he just probably needs a reminder that in a big game that those things, and that's what potentially is a yellow card, and we get the same with Liam Williams with, you know, 10 minutes, which puts us under pressure as well. But yeah, I'm comfortable with the refereeing decisions on those.
Steph?
Any other injury concerns, Warren, on top of Ireland?
Just I spoke about Tom Francis with a tight calf. That's all there is at the moment. Yeah.
And was the breakdown frustrating you as well? You know, there were a couple of times where you seemed to be over the ball, but you weren't getting rewarded, particularly when Tommy Ref would come on in the second half.
Yeah, there was a couple of times of that, and I thought Adam Beard was, and I think Justin Tiprick, where they looked like to me they were counter-rucking, and he said you've got your hand on the ground or you've put stuff. So yeah, they were quite tough calls. Particularly, yeah, for us. So we probably just get a bit of clarity on those for after we do the review.
But we were really impressed with Ref when he came on. Seemed to make quite a big impact, I thought.
Who's that?
Tommy.
Yeah. I thought he was. As a sort of player that suited for him to come on and be competing hard at the breakdown, particularly the way they were playing sort of their left and right pods and stuff, and trying to keep the ball. You needed pressure on the ball to look at turnovers. They're good at the breakdown, the Irish team, and they want to create that very quick ball and get forward momentum, and that's when they're dangerous. And if you get players are winning collisions and able to stop that can stop. Can frustrate them also.
Okay, and we'll finish up with a couple in Welsh, just for Ken from Dav.